Good day, Newcastle. I'm Molly Reel, witnessing not just one once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, but three once-in-a-lifetime opportunities. Not necessarily my lifetime, probably not yours, but the lifetime of these plants right here. So what you're seeing, these are agave americanas, and shooting out of them, that is their bloom. Now, these agave plants, they're called the century plants. They live for decades, maybe not quite a century, but for a very long time. And at the end of their lives, they grow these asparagus giant stalk-like blooms. So that means for these three plants, their lives are ending, yes, but in a glorious way. People, when one of these blooms, it's a huge spectacle. People love witnessing it. So the fact that three are blooming at the same time, kind of a big deal. So let's meet the owners of the property. We've got Barbara and Don. Come on over here, you two. So you guys, I know you because you make some of the best olive oil around. Baroness Olive Oil over there are your orchards. You also make some olive leaf tea, but you have these plants on the property as well. Couple dozen of them. What is it like when they bloom? I mean, how much fun is it to see these?
Well, it was quite an amazing thing. The first one, I had no idea what it was. I thought it looked like an enormous asparagus plant. And so I put it on Facebook and said, what is this thing? And this is what they are. So it's something I've never seen before.
Yeah, and you know what's funny? I noticed immediately the hummingbirds are drawn to it. They bloom some fruit, and you called it honey water. It's very sweet.
It's supposed to be edible flowers.
Yeah, beautiful. So there's a really cool story behind why they're planted here on the property, and we're going to bring Rebecca in for that. So Rebecca is the former owner of this property. You and your husband, Carlos, you not only planted the orchard, you planted the plants, and you kind of saved their lives, right?
Well, we did. I found them on a nearby farm, and they had been dug up, and their plan was to burn them. I stopped and asked if we could have them, and they said, come get them. And so we did with the backhoe, and we planted them all along the NID Canal, originally as a security barrier for our donkeys and horses to not cross the NID Canal. And we just left them. We didn't do anything with them. This is all how they grow.
Yeah.
So it is pretty spectacular.
And that was in 1992. And you said at that point they were already pretty well established.
Yes.
So we can guess that they're probably at least 40 years old.
Oh, at least. Yeah, I would say they were maybe 25 years old when we moved them.
Okay, and that was 33 years ago. Yeah. What I really like about seeing these right here, too, you can kind of see a lifespan of them. For instance, this one blooming toward the end of the life. This one still healthy, maybe has a few years to go, who knows. This one bloomed and died last year. So a whole kind of a lifespan lesson of this plant. Now, I know people will want to come and see this for themselves. This is private property, but they can give you a call.
Yes, they can call me on the dead plant over there. There's little shoots coming out. They call them pups. And they look like they're easy to cut off with a little bit of root on them. So there's plenty of them.
Right. So meaning you can come see them, and you can also take some pups away, and maybe in a few decades you can have some blooms of your own. But if you simply want to witness three once-in-a-lifetime opportunities right here. Again, we're at Baroness Olive Oil Ranch. By the way, their olive oil, you guys are going to be vendors at Terra Madre in September. The olive oil is that good. So if you see it at the farmer's market or in local stores, go ahead and grab some as well. How cool is that, you guys? Look how tall those are.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Amazing.
And let them know that John and I will be over with some, inflatable tubes to go down the lazy
Yeah,
river.
we want to go down the lazy river they have there.
I know, right? It's
Can
a
you
whole
imagine
theme park.
the lazy river with little pieces of baguette to go with the olive oil, and then get some
Oh,
balsamic?
yeah, we got a day planned.
A little dip, bob.
Just picture your feet hanging out of the inner tube.
Right?
I'll plant the seed,
Okay.
if you will.
Okay.
I see what you did there. That's good, Malls.
Thanks,
Good.
Molly.